Um, Hello, my name is Laura. If you know who I am, if you are a new fan of me, my name is also Laura. Just let you know. The reason I'm doing a live on Tuesday night is I'm trying to get your attention and I see some very some few things I don't like around in the world, and I the specific topic I want to pull from here is safety. And the other topics I'll be most likely to discuss about online safety nets, scams, car accidents. I will include smoking and vaping and drinking. Just be safe. Um, uh, After all, let's just get into this. I know if you do feel uneasy throughout the live, you're most welcome to leave, and that is totally okay. Just for a heads up, if you're in ages under of 16, I do highly recommend watching this with a adult, a guardian, or a babysitter. Um, the only audience I want to get mostly on this live is mostly the adults. The reason I said adults is because I just want to reach out to the adults around the world. And the reason I basically just said adults is safety nets to the kids, children, and that's why I just want to talk about that. Before we get into this live, make sure we hit the like button. Make sure we also subscribe, and also can hit down the notification bell. Now I'll also give you a chance of being a shout out. Just to let you know, there'll be no shout outs for this live because today is Tuesday. Just to let you know. And if you want to be, and also want to be a shout out, that's not the only way to get you a shout out. But other options for you to get a shout out is make sure you comment on any of the three platforms on YouTube in my channel, just videos, lives, and videos. And just to let you know, I didn't post a video recently because I don't know video recommendations I have. So, and also go to follow me on Poshmark and Instagram to give you a high chance. So let's go to this. The first topic I want to that I would like to briefly discuss about is safetyness. One, safetyness is really brings out like variety of different kinds of topics. The first one I just want to pull from here is let's do harassment. For example, safetyness is harassment, and there's like few kinds of like harassments you can get from harassments, especially if the adults might be wondering what the kids or what teens are doing these days, especially for hello. So especially for like at night, like you might be wondering for adults, they're saying no phones past 9, no phones past 7 or the specific time. Just let you know, this would be nice if any outdoors is most welcome to join. Hello. So yes. Again, the first one I want to talk about is harassment. There's a variety of harassments I'll be talking about. The first one is I don't know, cause one harassment just brings out like variety of topics. So I'll just like briefly just talk about harassment itself, not like sex trafficking or online harassment or bullying. So yeah. So this live is just mostly about safety and protection, and other topics I'll be mostly um previously discussing about. I did give a spoiler last week on Saturday, so that's why I am doing this tonight. I know it's very important. If you don't, again, I did mention this earlier. If you do feel uneasy, you're most welcome to leave. Um, due of your you know what I'm trying to say. So first one I want to mention is online harassment. One, always be careful what you're going through on internet. There are some like discussing photos that teens should not be teens that they should not be looking at, or even like messaging to people that they do not know. It could lab with bullying or sexual. Well, sexual is like a whole different level, and I won't talk about that too much. Again, that might make you like concerned or don't know what I'm talking about, but this is just mostly talking about safety and stuff, so that's why. Um, Online harassment can bring in lots of stuff, and that could bring like more like somewhat not bullying, but bullying can also happen in person too at schools. Or it could be at it could be like out in public, for example, at the grocery store or at a bank, or even like you're at home, or you're having at home. That means you have abusive parents, which that makes sense. But if your parents is giving you like abusive content or doing abusive stuff to you, please hide in your room and lock until you find like is supportive guardian who can help you in the situation. So I know I did mention harassment, and that can be part of it. Abusive is part of harassment, just let you know. So yeah. Hello, I know you joining. Again, this live is can be above. I'm gonna make it like 16 and above. Again, I did mention earlier, if you're on the ages of 16, I really highly recommend watching this with the outdoor if you can. I've been getting notifications from YouTube that ages from 13 and 15, I am saying on my end that you're required to be watching this as an outdoor. Just for your safetyness too on my end and your end. Let's just keep it that way. Harassment is pretty big. I won't go into too much of the sexual stuff, so that might make you like very like fishy and you know. So harassment does bring lots of stuff out. Online will bring like like their address. Well, this will actually bring in catfish too. I'll talk about that in a minute. Online harassment, that means they'll bring in like nudity images or like private stuff through like Instagram or Snap or TikTok. I know those platforms usually does have chat messages or texts or messages area. Just safety. Well, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm really like overwhelmed with safety nets right now. It's just going around in order right now. I just want to bring everyone here. Talk things about one by one if I can. There's another topic in my head. I'll talk about that after. And harassment just really does bring lots of variety of topics. I'll just briefly just discuss one, which is online. Which is the nudity. The unwanted content that they're giving you. If you do receive those, please push them away, or if they continue doing that to you, please block them, report it, restrict them on those 3 platforms as I mentioned, TikTok, Snap, or Instagram, or you might have WhatsApp or something else in your countries if you have it, like Line. Line's actually one of the popular Asian messages, along with Kakao Talk too. Kakao Talk is popular in Korea too as well. Let me know. Um, the other one I want to talk about harassment is bullying. I know there's lots of bullying happening at school. That's why kids might be wondering, how can this come to an end? I want to transfer schools because of bullying. I I get it where you're coming from, and the only best part that if you don't want to do bullying is I really highly seek like supportive people on your team, for example, your parents or your teacher or your principal. I think the best bet to seek out for bullying at school is probably your like your principal and your homeroom teachers, so they can talk about it and they'll keep it confidential. So yes. I'm a little nervous because I'm talking about safety nets. I'm fine. Just to let you know, I also do have communication problems. So yeah. Um, as I mentioned, I do feel like I'm a little nervous and we're not talking about it. This has a experience. I did get some experience when I talked about it before. The few things I know I did get a lot was the sexual. It was actually the sexual harassment and the catfish. I was not okay with it, so I did seek help. The only thing that did threw me off guard was mostly catfish, and I didn't like the experience. So I mostly got caught right away. So yeah. As I mentioned, I did before said it before. If you feel like I'm sorry. And again, I have communication problems, which that make me nervous sometimes, which is totally makes sense. I did mention that if you do feel uncomfortable, you're most welcome to leave. Um, I totally highly see what you're saying, or where you're coming from. If you don't know what I'm saying about, you're most welcome to leave. So yes. I've been watching the internet, so I'm usually good with the internet. So that's why I'm mostly talking about safety nets and stuff. Have a good night. So yeah. The reason I mentioned safety nets is one, it's pulling me into the trigger of nervousness and the experience I got out of it. So that's why I'm feeling nervous of it. So that's why. That's my reason why. So I'm trying not to be too nervous if I can. I was mentioning bullying. Bullying we usually does occur a lot in schools. Is because I just mentioned one. It's mostly through kids and teens. Most likely, you may experience like a young kid or middle ages. So yeah, um, I got this new feature on YouTube, and I don't know what it is. I'll ignore that. So yeah, bullying will leads to like talking behind your back or saying like nasty stuff about you or saying something like you're awful. Sometimes they'll call you a slut. Don't mind me. I'm watching what I'm saying, but I won't get no offense on you. To let you know, but that thing went right good. So yeah, bullying just really does involve with harassment, but not really because one, harassment and bullying is pretty much the same thing, but a little different. But bullying is actually a specific topic of harassment, so that's probably the reason why I put it like in a different direction. So yeah, if you ever experience bullying, as mentioned, please seek out to like a supportive um family member or a principal at your school or like especially in the workplace, if someone's like bothering you in a situation, so I really highly recommend like talking to this in a private talk if you can. The other one is I want to mention is I forgot what I was going to say. Now my thoughts just got transferred my mind. Um, I'll get back to it in a minute. Um, yeah, my thoughts are just going crazy because I'm really talking about safety nets, and that's why yeah we take it. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous about this. I'm sorry. So yeah, safety is really important. I'm sorry. My mind's going crazy over it because I've experienced it already, and so that's why. I was mentioning about bullying. My mind's like being weird all of a sudden because one, it's Tuesday, which totally makes sense, and I normally do my live Saturday, and that's part of the reason why it's making my head going being weird and stuff. So I'll try not to do that too much if I can. If that is a problem for me, then I might have to do this a different day. But I can finish this live just for today, though. The bullying might be overwhelming to all of you, which totally makes sense. I was mentioning, if it does bother you, I really do highly seek help. Always be a self-advocate. Self-advocate will play a big role of your life, definitely. The other one, it will stand out to give you a chance to be a more of a confident person. Also be more open-minded, see what situations have that you have already been across of or have been similar to you and there's other kids doing it. Then either you just step up to that kid that it's okay, you got this. You just have to tell them no, thank you, leave me alone and stay with me. Don't come here. Sorry, don't come near me anymore. Then you bring that kid to the principal office. You can talk things out, and they'll have that private talk with that kid, see what's going on with that bullying and stuff. So bullying might be a bit overwhelming, so I can push that topic to something else. Bullying again. Always speak to someone that you know, and make sure you don't share that not too much, especially if it's rumors. And rumors is the big thing around here because it's also called gossip, and that's what it is. Make sure you talk this private talk with your parent, principal, or if it's out in the public, like the library or the bank, as I mentioned. To keep yourself safe. I'm gonna push out away. That might be like making me overwhelmed too, and a bit anxious. So yeah. The other one I want to talk about is specifically the internet. The internet is also can be scary, overwhelming, creepy, scary to all of you. There's a few things on the internet that not many people should not know, especially one is the dark web. The reason I mentioned the dark web is because there's lots of people who've been like going on the dark web. There's lots of nasty things that they should not be looking at, especially for your like your mind. Those mind will give you like dirty stuff. That means you continue looking at it every day, then you get this trance in the mind saying, why am I doing this? Why am I pulling up dark web and stuff? And where is this thought coming from? That's your that's your time or start that you should not look at dark web. And second, dark web does hold lots of like bad stuff really, and that's why I don't want that to be like to like scare you out and stuff. So yeah, um, you might be wondering why I'm speaking nonsense to just tell you okay. um, I'm trying to understand the point here, and dark web is like another source of Google. Google is a safer side than dark web, but there are other options that's a little bit uneasy. For example, dark web is uneasy than Google. Excuse me, I just had a grapes. So yeah. Um, I did mention about internet. The other part of internet I always want to talk about is scams. Scamming is much a bad thing actually. One, they're definitely catfish your identity, your social security number, your address, even your bank information. And I don't want to say if you are scamming right now by any of those kind of sorts, do not scam those people that you have been looking at through emails, phone calls or through emails. They also we would call them as spams, as most people will know what that means. And if you're the one that also been getting spams on your end, I really highly ignore them. Try to block those numbers if you can. I'm getting lots of those them too, and most of them are usually gone by now. So again, scams is pretty creepy too. Sometimes scams can be from different companies. For example, AT&T or Agent, well, not just H&M. Sorry, that's a code from the company. AT&T or like bunch of companies. For example, T-Mobile or Verizon. It could be like I'm trying to think of other groups that I know, like not groups, but companies, like a car company like Toyotas or like tractor supplies and those kinds of stuff. Um, Always be careful with them because sometimes they'll ask you, sometimes they'll give you money, and that means the reason I say money because one, they'll send you money that you did not sign up for. Always stay away from them. I know it's a bit tempting that it's money, but still, the amount of money they give you each day is they're most likely to be scamming you. And second, they're most likely to take your information on your side, like for example, as I mentioned before, your bank information, your address, your phone number, your social security number. They most likely have those on their side and keep them on record and keep them in a file. And that's what they normally do. They like people do that, and that's why it's not good to scam these companies, and that's what they normally do. And that is also part of catfish, but a little different. But scamming and spamming is two same topics, but they're a little different. But so scams is the same thing as spam, but sometimes people usually get spams through emails, calls, text messages, and stuff. Don't I just let you know I have been getting spam slot through text messages. If you do get them, please delete them as soon as possible. And they give you like funds, so cute. They give you like reviews or agreements or something. Please at least ignore them as much as you can. Do just be on the safer side. Again, scamming these companies or by an individual, for example, a person will do such thing. Um, Always be careful what you're doing and against their company, but sometimes they will keep your record on file, and they're most welcome to keep contacting over and over and over again until you sign up for that company. So again, always be careful who are you who always be careful who they are spamming to, and that will mislead to like some kind of sort of stuff, as mentioned. So I just got over with bullying online. Well, I just got over with. Sorry, the topics I would have been covered is online harassment. I just not sure I'll be speaking different topics throughout this live. I'm sorry, my mind's is in different places right now because I'm speaking the truth. And literally, I'm trying to speak the truth. I want you to be safe in these situations, but as mentioned, I did really just discuss about the online harassment, bullying, and scamming and spamming. Scamming and spamming is pretty much the same thing. The other one is most teens will actually will develop this in their young ages is smoking, vaping, and drinking. Just let you know the drinking age is different in other countries, but for the United States, the drinking age is 21. If you are underage drinking, please do not, because you most likely will get caught. You will get drunk, like you could be getting drunk like at a restaurant or a bar, or especially at home. If you have like um, strong liquor, please stay away from that, especially for adults. If adults have been found out that your teen is doing underage drinking, adult, if there is any, actually I'm gonna ask this question, if there is any adults in this life, but if you are an adult watch my life right now, please hide like your liquor or your alcohol stuff now before any of your teens is under the age of 21. Always hide them before like they will get into like bad stuff, and that is pretty much bad stuff. I'm 21. I have the right to vote, and I also have the right to drink. But the goodness is I don't drink alcohol. I did drink a little bit back in Ohio because it's my birthday, but just let you know I'm still a clean person. I don't do drinking too much, but again, I want to be a clean person because God told me to. So I can't break that promise to him. So I gotta be a good person. I really gotta be a good person. But if you are under the age of 21 and you're drinking behind your parents' back that you're not supposed to, well, one, they could call the police on you if your teen will go extremely like go beyond this alcohol limit. I know the alcohol percentage. It might be 0.002, or it could be 0.005, or it could be 0.008. It's one of those three numbers. Um, I don't know which number it is, but I know it's those three for a fact. Um, those will bring up your alcohol level in your body system, and sometimes the police will take you like a breathing test, as they like to have like in their pockets or pull out for the patrol cars, especially when they are on duties. Especially when they are not on duties, they still have to get ready and do what they gotta do. Drinking is really the most common thing for underage drinkers, as I mentioned. If you that teen like a 17-year-old or 14 or 15, please don't drink. Please, it's really not good for you. And second, drinking what can do is it'll definitely damage your heart, your lungs, your brain. It will also disable your parts of your functions of your body. And that's when your parents will start worrying and asking you, have you been drinking our alcohol? Sometimes teens will especially lie right away, as most researchers will say. Actually, I'm not a researcher. I'm just saying the fact, and I do think that is most common around here in the United States, which it is. Just for safety side, if you're above 21, you can do whatever you want, but still just try and be on the safer side of the alcohol. Unless you no more than three, if you get no more than three, above than three, you might most likely get drunk. So just be aware. Drinking has been a really problem around the United States, and especially if you're underage drinking while you're driving, that will also cause car accidents. So that's why I also want to say car accidents, because one, they'll be driving under influence, and that means they're most likely carrying like wine bottles or beers without like a permit or license, and they're most likely to get caught. Especially if you're like under age of 21, you most likely get caught. If you're like above 21 and you're carrying alcohol, always have like an ID on you so they can just check and they're saying, may I know why you bring alcohol in your car? Just say, don't make up an excuse, especially if you're above 21. Just say, I'm bringing them to like a friend's party. I just have to buy more because I drink once in a while, which that does happen for the ages of up to 21. But again, if you're on the age of 21, you have them in your car, they most likely, like as mentioned, would have you do the breathing test. Or, for example, if you're out from a restaurant and you have your own car, that will be the same thing as like drinking under influence. That can be really scary, and that will lead into like major car accidents and stuff. There are some few minors, but mostly, I'm sorry, not mostly. There are some few and major minor problems with car accidents, and that's what mostly will that come from. There are also parts of car accidents that will bring. For example, um, texting while driving. Texting while driving is a not good habit for you not to do. In it's not a good habit for you to do, because one, it'll be a distraction to you. It totally makes sense. It's always a problem. I know it's a habit, but we just gotta break that habit if you can. If you want to be a good driver, a want to be like protected by your car, what you gotta do is not to have not too much alcohol in your car, or have your phone be a distraction, at least turn off, or like put in your bag, or like put it in your pocket or something so you don't be distracted. Music can be somewhat a distraction. What you can do is actually you can turn down the radio a little bit so you can like be aware of the signs of what the road is saying. For example, turn left or turn right. Um, especially the stop sign, the stoplights, which is especially on the freeway or the highway, on the roads, that will also bring like major car crashes, and that's how things will end up being worse than usual. I know, it's a bit overwhelming. It totally makes sense, but again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm trying to get the point. So I know it's scary. Um, so yeah, I did mention I'll be on here before like hello. I did mention I'll be on here before 9:15, which I did. I did join a little early tonight than usual. One, it's paid for my consequence last week. I'm sorry about the live on Saturday, but I did apologize, real, so go check that out. That's not related with the footage, really. I just want to point that out there. So yeah. Driving is also scary. If you are also 18 years old, well, not really 18. For example, if your teen is ready to drive and they got their past their permit at the age of 16, well, not past their permit, and at this age of 16, and one of the teens said, "I'm ready to try to practice driving a car," they most likely they can be able to go. But once they hit like 17 or like 18, they can give you a permit. Just be careful on the roads. Make sure that sometimes what the local DMT will say is, well, not really. I might be stating the statements, not the facts. I might be talking about the false side from here. Sometimes they could say, please no drinking allowed, no phones while texting, or even calling, because calling will make it worse too. Um, Music can be a somewhat distraction. If you don't have any of those on or next to you, well, what you can do is also pull down your windows if you want to give you a breather, and that'll help you like concentrate of what you gotta do on the roads. Um, Roads is also scary. You just gotta watch of who you turn into, especially I mentioned earlier about the stop signs, the stoplights. Especially you get on a ramp onto the freeway and a highway. That's when you reduce your speed. That's why I've did studied for my POMA test, but I never did actually. Stating the facts for the POMA test, because what they will say for POMA test is when you get on a freeway or a highway, you most likely to reduce your speed by 3 or 4 seconds before the next car goes by. That might be a different side of the POMA test, but I'm trying to get straight to the point really. But you just gotta wait until your turn, then you go on a freeway. That's when you reduce the speed. So yeah, and that's usually the upside of that. But the problem is you gotta keep your eyes on the road at all times, especially on your blind spot, your rear ends, and your front of your face. The only important you have to be careful of is your blind spots, just your sides, and your rear end, which is the mirror that you see here. And this is your big window here. Your rear end is really like back here. That's when you have to look back. And even when you turn a signal, obviously, do it 4 seconds before you do it, so they know the driver behind you know when you're going to turn. So I'm trying to talk about the pros and cons here. So again, the highway is less scary than the actual road, but the actual road is like different than you are reducing your speed on a highway. So yeah, so we've covered 4 topics already, which is pretty good. Another 30 minutes. Really impressive, really. I don't want to get into too much of politics, really. The other one is obtaining a license for motorcycles. Well, not really. Now that actually there's a specific topic that I like to discuss about, but I don't know if I can like understand it. Um, I don't know what topic I want to discuss about. Shoot, what is it? Um, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I won't make this too silent for too long. Let's do text messages. Text messages can be a little scary. If you get like unexplained phone calls, I did mention about scams and spams. Um, that will bring you like misleading different no phone numbers in different areas. For example, 610 that represents PA, 410 represents Maryland, 302 represents Delaware. Um, I know actually some area codes in Korea, in Seoul, South Korea. One of them is 010 for individual by phone number, and the company's phone number starts with 80 plus, and that's how they say it in Korea, which totally makes sense. And I do know their area codes because one, 80 is business calls and 010 is individual call. For example, they have like I think they have like a 12-digit number, I think, than we do here in the United States. I know their phone numbers different in Korea, but I'm not going to discuss about different countries' phone numbers. I don't want to talk about that really. That's not the main point really. So phone calls, just be aware of who you're calling. The downside of this is also if you do see a suspicious phone call that you do not know, please ignore it. And if they call back, just block it. You don't know who it is. If it's someone that you just like met and they want you to add this phone number, that's also totally fine. Just be aware. The other side of this on phones is text messages. Just be aware who you're texting to, especially for catfishers. Now I do want to talk about catfish. I know you might be overwhelmed of catfish or you're already going through this. Catfish can bring like very bad stuff, like very bad stuff. Like this will lead to sexual harassment, nudity images, stealing addresses, these kind of stuff. This will definitely creep you out a lot, really. This will help your teen just to get better about like internet, the harassment stuff, and especially the driving. Teens will have more responsibilities than an actual child, but once they grow up into like their young adulthoods, which is once they hit above 18, they'll be actually young adults, really. Typically, adults will hold more responsibilities than teens, and adults usually do more of the stuff. For example, like going groceries, paying bills, and I will talk about bills there in a minute. Especially for teens if they're interested wanting to pay bills, which is totally fine. Groceries, paying bills, transportation, high, looking for apartment and stuff, and that's what usually young adults do these days. Especially they want to go to college. They want to save for money for their dream school. That's what they normally do. So yeah, that I don't want to talk about too much. Again, that won't be involved for this topic really. I just want to put that out there really. I think my nervousness did go down, which is good news. I'm not very nervous right now. I'm getting like more like anxious, but not really. Just like I don't get anxiety as much. I just started developing that a few days ago. I'm not trying to get what my brother had really. Just let you know my brother is sick. A fun fact about me, I don't get sick actually. There's other reason why I don't get sick. Again, sick is not related to sickness. I just want to put that out there. The last time I got sick was actually 8 years ago. I never did got COVID, just to let you know. I'm saying that because I got tested twice, but they're both negatives, so that's a good side. I did get a booster shot because one, my local college was required for all young adults to get a booster, and I was one of them. So I did got my booster, and that was also negative too. So this is goodness. So yeah, I'm gonna move to the side. I want to head back to young teens, developing to their 20s. If your child is like interested into like paying bills or want to help out with a household rent, um, just to let you know, I am on a household rent for my mother. She told me should be practicing for my future apartment of paying rents. This is just more like a step up for my independent skills. This one, maybe like $40 a week will be good enough for your child. I know it's a little too much for their kids' allowances. I don't know what allowances that your kids make through like household chores. For example, it could be vacuuming downstairs, doing dishes or laundry, or straightening up pillows or those kind of stuff. Your parents will give you like allowances, especially for like young teens, like 12 or 13, especially for like 9-year-old. That's totally okay. That makes sense. But I'm making this to a step up. If your teen is above 16, you should at least get them like at least practicing like paying rents for your household once in a while, more like 40 like per month, so they can just get experience of paying rent, and they can help you out with your bills part of it too. And that's how your child can actually help their independent skills up, making their way to be more independent in the future. And that is when your child can be more independent in the future. So if your child want to get an apartment in the future, that's one way that they can practice help your parent becoming more like helping rents really. And that's what I'm doing. Mine is $260 a month, and I think that's way too much. Do you think it's way too much for me? I agree. Way too much. It should be like 80 a month, or it could be 50 a month. Like that's ideally for me. My mother told me it's $260 a month for me, but mine's already been paid, so I'm not telling you how much I just sent her. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm hearing Mexican music in the background. So yeah, paying rent will help you. If you're a teen watching this, it's probably a good side for you to step up your game. Maybe you can help out like paying bills if you want. The only thing that will help, that is mostly a lot for bills, is probably the electricity in the heating. Heating will is one of the top three things of the household that will most likely be getting more rent. Which is really okay. The water is not really part of it, but if you're at a house with an individual, you have your own well. Always be careful of not what, the amount of water you're getting from it, because back my house, we did have originally had a well, but we were on a water shortage, especially if it's a power outage. We still gotta be careful. So that I won't talk about too much. The other side I want to talk about this is I did mention bills. If you, I do want to talk about that a little bit. I know I'm going to safety to independence. Maybe this can help your kid as well. I did mention bills. I think few bills that they can practice is just mostly rents right now. I think ideally is around 20 to 40 for a good start, really, so they can get the hang of it. And if you feel like if they feel it's too much, or if they already have a part-time job, and the part-time job paychecks between like 100 to 400 per week, that's also fine too. And it's like a small amount of money, so I don't think it won't affect your pay that much. Sorry, it won't affect your pay that much too, so it'll be fine. So yeah. I have a question. Do you ever get a feeling that you feel like you've been getting scammed for a while? And actually, no, no question. Sorry, no question. That might make you confused of what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'm usually that type of person that I like to confuse people, and I'm usually like that. So I want to ask you that. So yeah, bills will help you make your child be more dependent. Just get the feeling of helping you household out with the rents and stuff, so that can help you. The other side of, if you want to be more dependent for your child, is maybe your child can like try to cook for your family. If you there are some food of you sorry, just let you know to get starters, don't mind that. So yeah, the few dinners they can practice is making like tacos or chicken quesadillas, or maybe like pizza is easy to cook. Is pasta, tacos, chicken quesadillas, maybe chicken Caesar salads, maybe classic sandwich, like a club sandwich, for example. BLTs, like bacon lettuce tomato club. Those are easy to make. If you want to step up your game, that will also help you to build your independence too as well. Adults, I think it's probably best for your kid just to try to give it a go if it's okay with you. And if your kid is ready to be more independent, this is your kid's chance to be more independent in the future, and this will help them to develop their skills more once they grow up. I'm trying to state the facts. I am 21. I'm already doing things already. I'm already trying to grow my independence. The problem is I don't have a car. I know it's a little weird, but I know my school did have a permit thing, but my parents didn't mention it to me. So that's a downside for them, really. And they didn't mention it to me until I looked it up, found out I was eligible. I'm 21 and I can do it now. I know how this is going. I know this could be like we're not step up for those teens who didn't get a chance to do like do those kind of stuff, which totally makes sense. Which really makes sense. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting started. I'm starting to get nervous again. Um, so yeah. So yeah. Independent skills, cooking, bills got taken care of. Maybe like going out once a week. Maybe that could be an option. Maybe going out for a week. Like if you got paid on that week, maybe you can like chip in like going out for a restaurant. Maybe it could be their favorite restaurant. It could be like a Mexican night, or it could be a Japanese night, or it could be like a um um German cuisine night. I'm just naming like types of like restaurants you can try out. Um, if you I didn't mention that. I am sorry. I've got to tell you before the intro is I do have my dog in here. I've got to mention it. It's not sure he is in my cage. So yeah. As I was saying, if you do get paid at your part-time job by the young teens and you want to help out, like going out for dinner once in a while, and your teen already got a car, maybe you can like go out a restaurant once you're there with your family, and they'll be proud of your independent skills, and this will bring their skills up to like the the bright side of this. So yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is dreams. I know most people usually have dreams. I am currently chasing mine. Um, I've been applying lots of marketing jobs. I know this doesn't really not talk about like safetiness at all, but there's a few things I do want to talk about for Indeed and LinkedIn. One, their jobs is a little fishy. For example, it could be say address is different than their sorry, their address could be a little different than usual, which is a bit fishy. The price is a little fishy. The skills is a little fishy. The qualifications so it's a bit fishy. And education can be a little fishy too. So you just gotta be careful of what you're applying to. If there's a specific job position that you like, for example, entry level financial planner. Just let you know, I'm just naming like variety of job positions that I'm getting through my own Indeed. My own Indeed is mostly about social media, business related, content creation, and marketing. My main focus is marketing, so that's why I'm chasing my own dream in marketing. I did apply to lots of marketing jobs, and none of them did not get back to me. I've applied at least 80, and none of them did not get back to me. Yeah, it's a downside. It's weird. It is hard to get a job, especially at this year. Donald Trump, I'm trying not to get into politics. Trump did mention about the low employment rate. I think last year, and that chancellor was getting like people having a hard time getting a job in that range. And I'm like right now I'm in that range because one, I'm really having a this is my situation getting a job really. Um, this could impact to like other people is not getting a job, especially the ones who just got laid off. I got laid off too, so yeah. We just badly, really. Just let you know, I have been laid off for at least 4 months, and I'm still doing content. And I'm still doing content creation. This is part of it too. So I didn't mention my dream is doing content creation, and this part of content creation did came true because one, Stray Kids helped me get this job. So I didn't mention it before, but thank you, Stray Kids, you got me this job. So I was happy enough. I was more responsible, but I didn't mention I was uploading way too much than usual, and I made my way down to more planning, um, content scheduling, consistency, time management, flexibility, those kind of stuff. And second, you build more skills too. So right now I'm up to like 9-10 months of content creation right now, which is pretty good. Um, Sometimes they'll say jobs will say content creation full time. They'll say experience. You'll need 2 years of content creation, 1 year of social media planning, 1 year content scheduling, 1 year, this kind of stuff. We'll say such thing. I won't go into more depth than that because I mostly wanted the staff to be safetyness, which I don't want that to be a pain. So yeah, I'm going back to safetyness because safety is one of the popular things around America, and this makes sense because it's already happening. Um, Especially the accidents has been going on right now. I in Philly. I'm not around from Philly, just to let you know. Um, they're really bad. Actually, I do want to talk about shooters. For example, people killing people. Always be careful who's. Always be careful who is coming up your door. If you even you have like ring camera in front of your door, people trying to like break your house in the middle of the night. Sometimes I do see them on Instagram. The other one that I want you to try out is called Newsbreak. That will help you to keep track of who is breaking what in the middle of the night or during the day, or could be your working hours. This will help you when the next breakage will happen. Newsbreak is one of the popular apps, so go to get that. I think it has like thousands of downloads. I think I'm just guessing in a different range than usual. So yeah, um, people shooting people. Um, it's not a good idea. One, there are people who want to continue their lives, especially people who just passed away this year because of that. And last year I wouldn't carry that over because I'm trying to share my light over on them. They wanted to continue their life, and I feel bad for these people. Literally, I sincerely these people who want to continue their life. Like killers, not I'm sorry, people killing people is in bad way to ruining your life. This person will end up sentenced for 3 weeks, it could be months, it could be years, it could be a decade. But the more major it is, it's more like it could be like years really. If it's like in a maybe, it's more like months. If it's a minor, I say weeks probably. Um, I don't know what the court says about this, but I don't want to be involved with politics too much. So yeah, that's also part of safetyness, and I just want to put that out there. If someone is breaking into your house at night, especially like hijacking your car or breaking into your car or stealing money, those kind of stuff, please be aware of your house, especially your household, especially your kids. If you have kids, please have your kids hide away from that bad person who's trying to make it to your house in the middle of the night. Um, Sometimes, if as I was about to say, if your door is unlocked in the middle of the night and the manager get in, please call the police immediately. You never know what's going to happen, but if you breakage ins usually happen like that. I'm not in a Google group, no. Fortunately, I'm not. I'm most likely be discussing about that on Saturday. Tonight's live is a little different, just to let you know. It's mostly about safety and stuff, but I'm not in a Google group, just to let you know. So yeah, I want you to say if your house is not locked up for the whole night, and someone got like in your house and killed your family, your loved one passed away, and it's just not good. Please lock your doors before you go to bed. Always, that will keep your family stay safe, especially your kids, especially when you're pregnant. I didn't mention pregnant women, especially pregnant women. They're the ones who will be at risk for this. Women who is in their young, well, young 30s, late 20s. I'm sorry, I want to break this to you. I don't want to speak the truth about this. If you're pregnant and people are trying to like know what your plans in the future, especially for strangers, they like to end people's lives in some kind of annoying way. And that's why did say pregnant woman, really, because one, I'm not pregnant, just to let you know. It was scary, really. Especially for sex trafficking and sexual harassment, and this will brings into that. So that's why. Um, so yeah. Shelby, stop that, please. I am sorry. My dog's licking. So yeah. Um, I thought this live would be 30 minutes because I was talking into different specific topics. I didn't mean to go overboard, but I don't know how long this will be really. But especially for a Tuesday night, who's most kids and adults who should go to bed by now, but which is totally fine. So yeah, excuse me. I just want to let you know I had grapes earlier. So yeah. I did mention breakage in the house, especially for a pregnant woman. If you're pregnant, as a woman or a young teen, please be careful who are you with. Just let you know, there's a few things I want to let you know. If you see someone doing this, that means they need help immediately. Always use this because that means they're a sign of getting help, and also use it in public. Not always use it in public. If you're with a stranger or so, if someone is with some kind of stranger, if they talk to you as kidnapping, they most likely use this because they need help, and that means that police will show up and have this person arrested by kidnapping this person in some way. I always use this if necessary, but just let you know I'm doing it for a good advice. But again, if you're with a bad person, always use this if you can, because this will help you and other people around you to be aware of what you're doing in a situation. So always use this in a at a good timing and when to know how to use it. Right now, I'm just teaching you how to use it. Right now, I'm in no help. It's just a good way to teach you. So thumb in, fingers down. It's not this, it's this. Just let you know for safety reasons. So always use it. Always use that if you're in a like unexpected situation or kidnapping or if you with a stranger out in public and you need to use it, that's a good time to use it. So that I think right now I think people should start using that more often, and I think that should be becoming more like a rumor actually, if that could be a possibility. I don't want to spread it too much, but I just want to help you, and I'm a mentor. I'm willing to help you, but I did mention that I do want to people to seek advice as much as they can. Again, it's a bit of difficult time right now, which totally makes sense. Especially it's in a cooler temperatures right now, which is already October. Um, things will still most likely will happen. So you never know what's gonna be happen, and you know it is unpredictable. Um, future's still gonna wait for us. It's still gonna happen, but we don't know what unexpected situations is gonna come. Again, future will hold a scary stuff, unexpected situations, um, other stuff really. So yeah, I did mention that hand symbol. I'm not gonna do it again. Just let you know I'm in no trouble. I'm not in no help, but just to understand in this kind of situation, and especially for young teens, if you kidnap in your young teen age, please use it as much as you can, so people around you can understand what you're going through. If it's a parent who's is being abusing you, always use it too. They're, you're most likely to use it too. If there is a police nearby, there's someone, or there is a police nearby and people is around you, always get the police attention as fast as you can. I know I want to mention police, but it's a little scary at first. So just totally okay. So yeah, I know I've covered lots of topics. I'm getting tired. Um, I do want to keep going because there are more topics I want to believe briefly I want to discuss about. I pretty much did briefly discuss about lots of things really. So yeah. The other thing about there's another topic I did want to. Sorry, I something caught my attention. Okay. Sorry. You ever, another topic is feeling being watched and no one's not around you. But the reason why I want to mention that is, well, stalkers. Let's do stalkers or kidnappers as an example. If you ever get a feeling that you get a message about kidnapping or being a stalker of you, please report it to your parents as fast as you can, and they can deal with the situation. If this is becoming more aware out in public, please find somebody who is most willing to help you, but still just do it in a good way, not in a bad way. Then things will be in an unexpected situation. But um, stalkers is most likely know where your address is at. They'll most likely hang out in your neighborhood 24/7. They most likely when you're leaving or coming back to the house. Um, Especially for the FBI, something like that, or the HOA president. I've been hearing that a lot on Instagram, and I do think that is real. If you see a person walk up to your house, mention a HOA president, please call the police. Really, I mean, please. If someone did walk up to a house like that and say that I am part of the HOA, if they are not, even though they don't have a badge on them, regarding the HOA, please call the police. That's fake. HOA is real, but a person like that by individual is not part of it. If there is more people than just one, that means they're actually a real HOA. And I don't know what HOA stands for, but I do find it real. Just again, just be careful who you're meeting, especially people walking up to your houses like that. And if a HOA is an individual and they don't have a badge, please call the police. Really, I'm trying to save your life. Some people like being like this to you, and I don't want them to be like that to you. I want your family. I want you as an individual and us to keep us safe, especially for YouTube. YouTube probably might have this live be permanent shutdown. I really don't want that to happen. Really, I'm trying to speak the truth as much as I can. I do want this be in a rumor gossip as much as I can, but it is live to be into a downhill. I don't want that to happen. Um, I just want to help you. I really want to help you. I want to help your family. Again, I'm a really a mentor. I'm willing to give you advice in this situation, and I think I did mostly spoke about mostly like good advice really, and I want to be like that. I'm a good person. I want to help you, and again, I'm always here to help, and I'm always here to give you a word. So that's what I like to do. My lives is I'm here to give you a word. I want you to open your status of your day. Um, is there something troubling you? I like to say those in my life. If you're safe, my day is going doing good. Thank you for asking. So yes, um, life might be going over an hour. Just to let you know, it's already been 58 minutes. And just be real. So yeah. Again, I did mostly spoke about truths. I'm not trying to lie at this point. Yeah, all happen. Lots of things happen like this. So yeah. So yeah. Oh, good. So yeah, I did mostly spoke about topics I really discussed. Um, there was a specific topic I was just talking about. Oh, stalkers and oh, thank you. I didn't mean to. I didn't want you to do that, but that's okay. You're most welcome to watch my content at anytime you want. Just let you know my content is friendly family channel, so you're most welcome. Just let you know there's no sexual stuff in it, so just be aware. And again, keeping myself safe, obviously as fans, and I want to keep the family safe as much as I can. So again, my content is family friendly, so you must welcome to watch it. So just be aware. I did mention stalkers. That's what they normally do. Just be aware if this stalker is reoccurring and still happening. Please call the police. Try take if if that car is still there in the middle of the night or by in the morning, please take a clear photo of the license plate and the actual car so the police can look at it and do more investigation into it, and that stalker will be most likely going into jail and have a word about it. So at this rate, the person you're, as mentioned, if that person found it more suspicious than recently, please take a photo of the car, or the tag number or the license plate. Please take a photo of that. If there are stalker, as mentioned, there is a stalker, please take a photo of the car and I'm sorry, I'll get that in a minute. Please take a photo of the car and license plate. I don't think that is, if that is a stalker, please report it to police, and they're most welcome. Police is most welcome to investigate this more. So yes, I have a dog named Pepper. Oh, that's cute. I have a dog named Shelby. I have another dog who's in here, but she just passed away this year. And she's with me, so she is fine. Her name is Zoe. Zoe, I grew up with her half my years, and I love her very much, really. She's still with me, and I can feel her. And I don't think she's not in here because she's probably outside. I have a dog, black and brown. Oh, that's cute. And I do have a dog named Shelby. He was a rescue dog. We got him a shelter, and he is great. He was peeing and pooing the house for a bit. I'm sorry, I swear I just saw an angel went past here. It might be my relative. I did got a dog for my birthday. His name, just like his name is Shelby. He is a mix. He does have a Great Pyrenees in a mix of a golden retriever and Australian Shepherd. So it's pretty good, but Great Pyrenees has that stubbornness, and that's what my dog has, really. And it's true. um, my dog's sleeping, just let you know. So yeah, I did got a little carried over talking about my dog, and I hope you love my dog too. Just let you know, my dog has been period a few times in my videos. There is one video about my cleaning vlog, and he did mention he was a part of it too. So yes. There was more topics I wanted to briefly discuss about, and I don't know what they are, and it's like they like way back in here that I can't like pull it through the front of my head, but it's hard for me to talk about things to all of you. Again, I'm trying to speak to you the facts. I want to speak to you to the truth, what's been hiding from these people. And again, I get it how the situation is making things worse, and I don't want you to be like that. I want you to be a good person. I don't want you to kill people. I don't want you to drink underage. I did mention smoking and vaping. I didn't get there yet, but I'll get there. And that too, especially underage. That's not good. Please, I don't want you to get lung cancer. I'll get there in a minute. I'm sorry. Especially smoking and vaping at a young age, especially for underage teens. So yes, it was cold here today. It was chilly here too. It was windy here too. Good. Smoking and vaping. I don't want to speak it too loud because my brother's sleeping. My mother did caught him drinking, smoking, and vaping at underage. I'm not saying what age he is, but I did mention mine a few lives ago. And he did got caught. The police was here a few weeks ago actually. He did actually made harassment of my father, but I won't go into more depth into that. Again, it's just safety for my family, and I don't want to talk about that too much. Really, it was very ugly. It was very ugly. He's at that state that he needs to see a psychiatrist. He still has the anxiety and stuff. He's sick. Just let you know. Sorry, it's raining here. Just let you know. He's just at that state. He just needs to see a psychiatrist, and he's been like skinny past few days. He hasn't been eating a lot, so we're trying to help him like be like a normal kid again. Especially he is kind of in a relationship, and I'm not sure who she is. Again, exposure. I don't want to talk about exposures too much, really. So I don't want to be involved with that too much. Smoke and vaping will damage your heart and your lungs, as you can see. Sometimes it could go up to your head. Sometimes that will give you like, excuse me, like brain cancer, like leukemia, lung cancer, heart cancer. They most likely will cause it by smoking and vaping, but there could be like diseases like underlying conditions which that could happen, like stress or anxiety and depression, which that makes sense. And I do think that usually does happen. Sometimes I was in a depressed state in my young teens. I now officially out of it because I got K-pop in my life, and they're the ones K-pop healed me. So that's why I'm not in my depression state anymore. Just let you know, I am a bit lonely because I don't have any friends. Just let you know. I know it is very sad, but so yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Hello. Hello. So yeah. So yeah. Um, I did mention smoking and vaping. Again, smoking and vaping at on an age is a little scary. So just try not to do that. And sometimes it could ruin your life, especially will make your life worse. In dying dying, not you could kill yourself at a very young age too. So yeah. What is my name? My name is Laura. I like to say that in my introductions, my lives, and my videos, as you can see. So you're most welcome to check my videos out if you want as well. And smoking and vaping will really control your life. It will definitely kill you at a very young age. Mostly in your like 30s, 20s, and 40s. I'm assuming. I think people who's above 50 most likely get menopause, but that is only a fact for women. I think men's doesn't get them. It's a little different. I'm from the United States, if you're wondering. So yes, I'm not saying which state. I did mention it a few times, but I'm from the United States. So yes, I think it's 10 o'clock already. Is it? It's about to be 10. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so it is almost 10 o'clock, which is 22 o'clock in United States. Just to let you know, I do read military time. So yeah. So yeah. Again, smoking and vaping, please don't do that. Especially drinking and stuff. I just want you to have a normal life. I know you got a dream to catch. I want you to be a good and clean person as much as you can. Just like me, I don't want to do any of this kind of stuff. In illnesses, I do it a few times. I do want to end my life. I caught myself. I saved myself. So I didn't do any of this kind of stuff. I want to be a good person. I want to have a normal life. And I got a dream to catch. And I don't want to be like that. I know all of you have a dream to catch. And I want you to have a chance to catch that dream. I know dreams has very like a strong opportunity to catch that, and that makes sense. But again, dreams can come true no matter what. You just gotta push yourself. Not too much. If you do it too much, then you overcome challenges and roadblocks. If you take it by little, then you make your way up. Again, dreams can make things happen. You just gotta take it little by little. So you'll make your way up there. I know you're doing. Whiting. Just let you know, whiting in Korean means fighting, so that's why. So yeah, that's pretty much it that I really just discussed within an hour and 10 minutes. I'm sorry I took in more than this time, really. I was expected to be under 30 minutes, but it's longer than I thought, really. Do you have any questions of what I previously discussed about? I know most of it was concerning, frustrated, worried about it, scared, overwhelmed. It totally makes sense. Do you have any questions that you're most welcome to? I'm always welcome to answer to. It's okay. Again, you're here to be open-minded. Again, it's okay to be scared. Sorry, not sure. It's okay to be scared and shy, and it's okay for you to be like that. If you're a close-minded person, that is totally okay too. We don't have to ask you a question, but I will end the live soon. Just let you know. Again, my name is Laurel. Just let you know, I've been doing content creation for 10 months. It will be over. Just let you know, I did start this in December last year, so 2 months will be in the future ahead. So I've been doing content creation over a year. So just to let you know, just go ahead and check out my videos out if you get a chance. I do have some fun videos. For example, day in a vlog. I've done some baking vlogs. I did do a recent baking vlog actually, so gotta check that out too. I did mention my videos under 50 views and more or less. I was wondering if we could bring that audience views up a bit if we can. I know it's a big step up for all of you, and I just want that to happen really. Yeah, that's not what we discussed for this live for tonight, and especially at this night. And that's when kids usually go to bed early enough before 10. So yeah. Um, that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, again, I know it's really hard for all of you to listen throughout this live, especially it's been over 50, now at 15, but it's scary for you to hear about this. But I just want you to understand the point. I just want you to understand what I'm talking about, especially things has been happening right now, especially the ones you hear on the news. Please stay away from that report of that incident on news, especially if you're in Philly. Philly, right, to Philadelphia is actually one of the dirtiest places to live. But if you're in an area, please move out if you can. Again, it's a bad crime scene, especially for crimes. Crimes is very bad there. Please, if you are actually from Philly, please move out from there if you can. Again, rich person from Philly, and if you're not in those areas of like the west side of Philly, just keep yourself safe, please. Apartments is usually not that bad. Not that bad. It's just the neighborhoods. No, sorry, the neighborhoods. So yeah. Please stay safe in those areas. Again, if you're from Philly, please watch what you're doing. Stalkers will come through. Um, just be safe of what you're doing, and I hope everyone will be okay. Again, if you do want any problems, just call the police, or well, not call the police, such yet. You're not such a matter, but it's like also than overtime. But yeah, please keep yourself safe. Once you get in the house, please get in the house and lock the door behind you. Um, that's one way to keep yourself safe. If it's overnight then things will most likely get worse. In most crime scenes, I usually happens from 12 to 5, mostly overnight, which is 12 at night, which is midnight, to 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's when usually crime scenes usually happens a lot in Philly at night, in which that is true. And that's when we get the news report a lot on like Channel 10 or 6 ABC News, 7 Fox News. If you do get those channels, please hop on. Please watch the news more often if you can, but not just politics. Politics is way too much in news. um, and if you're also a politics fan, no hate. That's also fine. I do care about more. I do care about news than politics. Just to let you know, because one, news is important to me than politics right now. And that's my opinion. Your opinion is different than others. Again, no hate, no offensive, but I'm trying to state the fact. So I'm trying to understand the point from here. I hope you're not like that in the situation. But I do need to hop off. My throat's starting to get a little dry. I don't have any water in here. So yeah. If you live in Philly, please move out. Especially those neighborhoods. I want you to keep your family safe. I'm here to seek your prayers. I'm here to seek my light to you and my angels. I hope everyone stays safe in that area, especially worldwide, because that's also still happening, especially for Gaza, Egypt, Israel, Russia, Ukraine, and I think some other Asian countries I just named of. So yeah, please be careful of what you're doing. Please get safe, and please stay healthy. And I hope things will be over soon. So again, my name is Laura. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you on Saturday night for live. Again, my live is from 9. Tonight was a little shorter than usual, but Saturday I do know my lives on Fridays, but I'll get back to that. We'll get back to it soon. But so right now, my Saturdays is from 9:15. So if you have any questions or some comments, most likely you can put it under the live chat here, or you can put it under the chat after I get off from live. So again, my name is Laura. I'm sorry. My name is Laura. I'm sorry. my mind needs rest. So I'm very sorry. Again, I'm very sorry. Sorry. So thank you for joining. I hope I see you and talk to you on Saturday night. Bye.